So it's time for a favourites video again, and I've got quite a lot of kind of new discoveries this month that I've been really enjoying. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about was this bracelet, because I've got a discount code for you for it. And it's this bracelet right here from Glamulet, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's basically a website that I think is based in Canada, and it's sterling silver. And they're kind of similar to Pandora bracelets, but they're slightly different in that the clasps are kind of a little bit different, and the charms they do aren't exactly the same in how they kind of fit on the bracelet and that kind of thing. But I've got these ones here where I've got a kiss, which I think is really cute, like red lips, a little heart and a flower, and then I like kind of how they look with the clasp, because I think the clasp is quite pretty on its own as well. But I've been wearing this kind of pretty much all month. You've probably seen me in my videos wearing it, and I've been really enjoying wearing it with this bracelet together and with my Pandora one as well. The only thing is the fit's a little bit tighter than the Pandora ones, but kind of it sits nicely on this part of your wrist. And I've got a discount code for you for 15% off. So if you just put Thesparkleicious 15 in the coupon section, then you can get 15% off your order. And they've got some really cute bits on there, so I'm going to link all of that down below. But apologies if I'm a bit out of breath. It is so hot today, and it's so hot in this room, and I can't have the window open because then we'll have kind of noise disturbance, and I can't have the fan on because then that'll be noisy. So I'm going to try and get through this because I'm roasting in here. But first I'm going to talk to you about body products, because I've got quite a few of those here that I've been enjoying. And the first one is a fake tan, and so many of you have been complimenting me on my tan this month, and I have been really into it. I just like kind of being tanned. I know it's not for everyone, but I just think it suits me so much better. And I've been using the Saint-Tropez Self Tan Sensitive Bronzing Mousse. And I usually have an issue with fake tan with kind of the timing. I don't like to kind of let it all scrub off and then start again, because I don't like kind of being pale, especially in the summer. I just feel like it doesn't make me look very healthy, and I always have the problem of kind of scrubbing it off, and then you've got that kind of patchy business. This is so good in that kind of you can do it every kind of 4 days and your tan still looks good. You can just pop more on, it doesn't make it go patchy, doesn't make it go itchy, which is what I found with the Vita Liberate tan. If you don't let it wear off completely and then you put it on in your chest area, it goes really itchy and horrible. This doesn't do it. It applies beautifully. It's a slightly tinted mousse, so you can kind of see where it's going, but it's not a bronzy mousse, and it dries instantly, doesn't smell too fake tanny, and just really good. I'll definitely be using this all summer. And the colour it gives is really nice as well. This is kind of day one, so I put it on last night and then I had a shower this morning, and I think it looks really nice. And then the second body product I've got is from Vaseline, and it's their Cocoa Radiant Vitalising Body Gel Oil. And this is something that I've been using in the evenings a lot, because I just like kind of how it feels on the skin, and it smells really lovely. Now I know some people have had issues with this, and it has got mineral oil and that kind of thing in it. My skin on my body is fine with that. It doesn't really react. It just is absolutely fine for me. But it leaves a really gorgeous sheen. It smells kind of like sweet vanilla, and it just works really nicely on my skin. And it's a nice thick kind of gel, so your skin feels really moisturised, and it leaves that kind of sheen on it. Another product that gives you a lovely sheen on your body is this, and this is from Clarins, and it's their After Sun Shimmer Oil. And I've been using this every time I'm wearing something where I've got my arms out or my legs out, because I just love that kind of J-Lo limb look. And it's something that kind of, I know a lot of people aren't bothered about, but I can't wear a dress or a skirt or something if my legs kind of aren't tanned and I haven't got something like this on. I just don't feel like it looks very good on me, so I need a little bit of help, and this just instantly gives you kind of J-Lo limbs. It makes everything look really glowy and beautiful, adds a hint of colour, a little bit of shimmer. I'm wearing up my legs right now, and they just look really nice and tanned and kind of perfected, and it just feels lovely as well, and also smells really good. So that's that for body products. Then I've got one hair care product here, and this is a really boring product, but it's the Boots Expert Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. I don't get dandruff, but I have got a really sensitive scalp, and I just find that product like this really helps kind of clear everything up. So I've been using that pretty much every time I wash my hair, and it's been working really nicely. And then let's do face products. I've got a couple here. The first one is my current moisturiser, and it's the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Boosting Moisturiser. Now I have to admit, I don't think this is glow boosting. It doesn't kind of make my skin look particularly glowy, but I love the texture of it in summer. It's kind of a light gel consistency, Smells really lovely, that kind of citrusy smell that we've all come to associate with vitamin C products, and it just works really nicely at kind of making my skin feel hydrated but not too much. It's a very, very light moisturiser. It's a very nice one if you have got quite oily skin. And then the next skincare item is this from Boots Botanics, and I've actually not been using it for that long and I've used quite a bit, and it's the Radiant Concentrate Serum All Bright, and it's just a brightening serum and it looks really, really pretty on the skin. It's kind of very it's very awakening on the skin. It makes your skin look kind of really alive and fresh and glowy, and it's kind of more of a liquidy serum rather than kind of your traditional serum, between a serum to an oil, I would say, and it just works really nicely. I love a lot of products from Boots Botanics actually. I think they're a really good affordable skincare brand. And then last but not least, makeup. So my bronzer this month has pretty much exclusively been the Clarins, what's this called? Aquatic Treasures. Big swell all over the face, just works really, really nicely. I've been using that a lot. Then I've also been using this little contour kit from Maybelline quite a lot recently, and I do think it's one that's probably more suited for me in the winter because it's a little bit light. Well, I have got it in the lightest shade, but it's just this little duo here, and I think it's just really, really pretty. Quite pigmented. I haven't been using the highlighter so much, but the contour is really, really nice, so I've been using that a lot and enjoying it. I'm not wearing it today though because it's a little bit too light with my tan. And then this eyeshadow by Clarins is one I've been wearing a lot recently, and it's the Ombre Iridescent in Aquatic Rose. It was part of the same collection, and it's one of those their eyeshadows, the kind of cream to powder formulas. I love this. It's so pretty. It's like a kind of warmer rose gold version of MAC All That Glitters, which is one of my favourites. This is just beautiful and it looks amazing with a tan. And then one lip product that I've been loving this month is this one by Maybelline, and I didn't mean for them to be kind of Clarins and Maybelline, but it's this 24-hour lipstick in the shade In Love With Stay With Me Coral. Sorry, that's what it's called. It's not really a coral. I wouldn't describe that shade as a coral. To me that's pink, but I find that a lot with Maybelline. It's quite annoying. Really nice lipstick. It's one that kind of, if you leave on for quite a long time, it can go bitty, but all lip products do that on me. It doesn't matter how moisturised my lips are, they just go bitty on me, so I've kind of learned to live with it, but it's really nice. And then this is kind of a beauty tool that I've been loving this month, like really, really enjoying, and it's this little kind of beauty blender dupe from Wilko's, and I've been applying my foundation with it. You can see this is after it's cleaned, by the way. This is clean, it's just stained because it's white. They kind of didn't have any other colours, which is annoying, but I've been using this with my foundation. Today I'm actually not wearing foundation, I'm wearing the kind of bronzing base from Clarins, but every time I've been wearing foundation I've been applying it with this, damp, bopping it all over the face. Beautiful finish, really, really pretty and just kind of natural looking, and works into the skin in a way that kind of is really nice in summer because it makes it look really, really undetectable, and I love that. And then I've got two fragrances that I've been loving this month. I've kind of been wearing pretty much these exclusively. The first one is Honey by Marc Jacobs, and the second one is Dulce by Dolce & Gabbana. Two very different fragrances. This is quite floral and fresh. I don't know why it's called honey, to be honest, because I don't think nothing in the scent of this is kind of very honey-like to me, but it's very fresh and floral and very kind of Marc Jacobs-esque, if you know what a lot of his fragrances smell like. Dulce, on the other hand, is a kind of more grown-up floral, slightly more powdery, but a very kind of elegant floral. Really nice if you don't like the kind of really over-the-top sweet summer scents. That's a really, really lovely one. And then I'm gonna quickly talk to you about my random favourites this month, and I have had quite a few, but the first thing I want to talk about is Sons of Anarchy, because I know I mentioned that I was going to start watching it in last month's favourites, and I have watched all 7 seasons this month, and like there are no words to describe how good it actually was. I was pretty much in from the first episode, and that doesn't normally happen to me. I need to kind of get into a programme. It takes me a while till I'm into it. I was pretty much in from the start. I loved the characters. Gemma was my favourite character in it. I know everyone probably thinks she's a bitch, but I just thought she was a great character. Really, really interesting. All of them were interesting characters because they weren't you didn't really have good and bad. They were both a bit of everything, and I think that was just really fun, and it's a really, really unusual programme. I think her role was a great female role, because, you know, without going to kind of a feminist rant, I think that there aren't very many great female roles out there like there are for male actors, and I thought that was a great role. Kurt Sutter, who is the writer of it, is just an impeccable writer. It was just great. How it ended, I thought, was just perfect. I won't spoil it for anyone if you haven't seen it, but I thought the ending was just flawless. I cried a bunch of times in it. That doesn't really say anything, because I am a proper crier when I'm watching things, but it was just perfect. And yeah, I want to have Charlie Hunnam's babies, basically, is another thing that I'm just, yeah, I'm in love with him. But a great show. I can't recommend it enough. I've also finished watching Orange is the New Black. I finished watching the last episode of that yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I did see that a lot of people were saying that they didn't think season 2 was very good. I thought it was just as good as the other ones, but it's not. I think because of what the story's about, people expect it to be something that it's not. People expect it to be a bit more action-packed and a bit more kind of happening than it actually is, and it isn't. It's a show about people. And people who just happen to be in jail, and I like that. I find it quite relaxing. I think the dialogue in it's really good, and I think it's really funny, and I don't ever think anything's funny. I don't have a very good sense of humour, but Orange, I think, is very funny, and I love some of the characters in it. I think Tasty is adorable. I love her. I love Red. I really dislike Piper, and the new girl in it, what's her name, the Ruby Rose, she's great as well, but I really enjoyed that. And the new season of True Detectives has started now as well, which we've been watching. Gotta say, so far I'm not gripped like the first season, and I do think the first season was going to be really hard to outdo, because it was just so good, and the acting in it and the parts they were playing were just perfection. But I'm watching it. I'm not kind of totally into it yet, and I'm not quite sure that I like the story, but yeah, I'm watching that. And that's pretty much it. Those are my kind of only random favourites, TV favourites. I have read quite a lot this month, but I was kind of toying with putting the book in here that I was reading, but decided that it just wasn't kind of my favourite, and it was by Harlan Coben, and it was called Missing You. I think that's what it's called, but it was nice, but it wasn't, you know, amazing, so we'll see about that. But yeah, those are all my favourites this month. I would love to know what your favourites are. If I'm talking really fast, it's because I am literally like in a greenhouse. I am melting in here, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to let me know what your favourites this month have been, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.